Hey, what's up, everybody? I am live. We are home from the hospital. So it seems like you guys really like being able to see the rings being made from the workshop. So that's where I'm at right now. Justin is off today. He's typically off on Wednesdays because he takes his dad to his appointments. Yeah, he's a good son. Anyway, let me see here. So I'm going to just be working on some rings. I came to the shop. He didn't do everything perfectly like how he's supposed to when he leaves for the day. So he probably just probably tired from the from yesterday's. Look at this. So unfortunately, I have to replace this mandrel. I'm not excited about that because you can see that there's no steps on the mandrel as compared to this one. See how there's and this one's starting to go out too, so I may have to just replace these. I'll probably do these here pretty soon while I have money. Here's actually a good example. Well, it needs to be clean, but here's a pretty good example. You can see the steps on the mandrel. This is what actually holds the rings in place. So these have lasted me a long time, probably over a year. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll probably have to replace the whole set. They come in different sets to hold different sizes. So I'll replace all three of them. It's probably going to be about 60 bucks. But that's fine because they'll last for a long time. I try to take good care of them as much as I can. Try to keep them clean and not beat up the beat them up too much when we're working on rings. I'm gonna actually take the phone here so I can show you guys more of my shop. So this is my garage. Here we go. So you can see it's quite a bit of a mess. I'm gonna actually stand on this side so I can show you guys what we're working on. So right here I have a wood lathe that I never use. This spot right here used to be where I put Justin or so whoever was working on. I actually have a lathe that used to go right here, and that's actually currently down for repairs. So Mike has that one. Mike is the mechanic that basically he does maintenance on all of our machines. This right here is a belt sander. I use this quite often, especially for the opal rings. And then we got our drill press here. It's not currently plugged in. We don't use it too often, but we'll use that for punching out ring blanks, things like that, like with a softer material, not necessarily the metal. And I have a bandsaw right here. This is what we actually use to punch out the Damascus ring blanks. We haven't done that in a while. You can actually see that there's a piece of brass rod in there. That's what I had Justin doing for practice before he actually started working the actual metal a while back. And then here is the main desk. This is Justin's quote-unquote office. So this is where I have him working. It's also, you can see that the arm is set up for YouTube and live viewing. So I was talking about in the beginning of the video, he didn't do a good job cleaning up, but I think he was just in a hurry because I told him, hey, you need to stream like at 3 or whatever. So, and that's okay. I mean, he doesn't leave it a big mess, so it's fine. I mean, it's gonna happen. And then like just the rest of the place is just my garage. We're gonna eventually clean all of this up and get rid of it. So a lot of that's gonna be going to the dump. Just to get rid of it. I'm just looking at right now. I'm just looking at all the rings he made yesterday. Let me see here. So there's a couple of the volcano ones. I see a couple Barbie rings. I'm sure that belongs to somebody here in the chat. Then we've got the beach rings. These are these are nice. I can see the shark teeth in here, the grounded down shark teeth. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got some other rings here, including one of my favorites. This is a P-51 Mustang ring. Yeah, he made like 5. There's more than 4. There's definitely more than 4 that belong to you guys. They've just been set aside here. So I bought more vials. This is where we keep our inlays, just to try to store them. And then, like you guys can see here, more of my meteorites. And then, oh, here's another mandrel. This needs to be cleaned up. I don't know what he's doing here or why that's set aside. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me give you a second here. I'm gonna go through the chat and say hello to everybody. Hang on, let me flip it around Sorry, I haven't, like all right, yeah, same shirt from yesterday. I haven't changed, I haven't taken a shower or anything. I just got home and just jumped on the live. I'll try to get set up so I can jump on before it gets too hot. Let's see here. Wanda says, hi. Hi, Wanda. Hi, people watcher. Hey, Tommy. And I think that's everybody. Wanda says, for them or ours. Okay, I read that earlier. Love them rings. Me too. Oh, Justin just texted me. Thank you. I totally forgot yesterday. Also, he says also thanks for the pay. Yeah, I said it to somebody this morning, just so he had something. I know with those commutes he takes his dad to the hospital or the medical appointments, I know it can get kind of expensive on gas too. So I always try to make sure I send him something on Tuesday and Wednesdays. Pepe says, hey everybody, hey Pepe. One says, you good, David? You was clean. That's all that matters. If you say so. So, Lady Boomer is in the chat. Hi, Lady Boomer. They all turned out good. Justin did a good job, David, for sure. Oh yeah, he had an excellent teacher. He had me teach him all this stuff. So, all right. Okay, guys, give me a second here. It looks like he didn't pour the acetone either. So I'm gonna grab. Where is the acetone? Actually, I'm not sure where he moved it to. I had a whole tank here yesterday, and I'm not sure what happened to it. Hang on. I'm gonna actually call him and find out where it's at. One says I can spell you. David going through live withdrawals. Yeah, I mean I love doing live. Oh, it's right there. My acetone's right there. I can't believe this. I am. So, do you guys remember? Actually, this is kind of fun. I love just taking you guys through everything that I do here. So how we clean things around here, we use the same thing that they use at the salon to clean your nails out, and that's acetone. So basically, another thing is when nobody picks up the rings, they get glued to this guck that's over here. You're buffering bad, David. I ain't buffering, you're buffering. Let me see here. All right, so you can use a bit of acetone. Well, I had to change programs because I was texting Justin. Can you guys hear me okay now, or is it still pretty bad? Let's see here. I'm gonna take a look at some of these. I'm buffering bad? No, I can't be. Yes, can hear you. That's horrible. Clean them up and raffle them off, Dave. Yeah, right. Oh, these are dirty. All right, guys. So I'm going to just use a small ring blade size because I have a small mandrel right here. That I'm going to try to use it again. Not clean because Justin didn't put them in the acid bath. Acetone bath. Guys, I feel like I need to put signs up that tell him every little thing to do before he leaves for the day. So I may end up just doing that. Yeah, but he also had the lathe going too, and then the way he had it set up was he had it right in the middle of, or he had his phone set up like so. Like, all you hear is just the lathe running, and you can't even hear him talking. And then he's trying to talk and explain to you guys what he's doing, which I'm not going to do. Once I'm sanding, like I'm sanding, I'm not going to talk about anything. So your questions are going to have to wait till the end. All right, let me see here. All right, so what I'm doing now, I just want to make sure this is perfectly aligned and that it's not wobbly. Okay, so that's pretty straight. You guys see how the ring's not moving around? That's how it should be every time you're making a ring. It needs to be steady. So if it's going all over the place like a popped tire, then it's not going to work. Like a bicycle tire that's popped, then it's out of alignment, then it's not going to work. All right, so I got something here for you guys I wanted to show you. let's pop it open. This is going to be some sapphire. I was actually going to do this for, some of you may know about that Doctor Who ring I was making for like a custom order for somebody. And then they just wanted like basically something that comes off an assembly line from China. Like they wanted that exact design. I was like, well, you should have, I'm thinking to myself, you should have told me that in the beginning. And two, I can't do that because I don't have the tools. So I invested so much time in this guy's ring. Like I did research, I bought blanks, like, and then like I reached out to like my manufacturer. I didn't charge them at all, just because I wasn't even sure if it was going to work. I literally said, okay, I'll do this for you. And then I told her I'm just not going to charge you. But it'll be $250 out the door. Like once it was ready, and then like I kind of showed him the preview. I wasn't happy with it. He didn't like it, and then like, I mean, thankfully he didn't leave me a bad review or anything. Okay, so this is a piece of sapphire that I ordered. Looks like it's from India. And then it has like this card that comes with it, which is new. I've never had a card come with it when I got a stone. So this is a piece of sapphire. We probably use that in a ring. I'm just going to use a tungsten blank for right now. Do you guys have any design ideas that would go well with gray and blue? Any colors or anything that you'd like to see me put together for this ring? Otherwise, I'm just going to choose something at random. Here, let me put this right here so you guys can see it. It's blue and then has some shades of white. That's just due to, I guess things, over time. Black is good. So I guess we'll do like a, maybe like just a black and sapphire ring. I'm using a size 5 just kind of as a demo because we don't know what it'll look like. All right, let me see here. We also have all these. Hang on here. We've got all of our vials here. We've got a ton. This is just one tray, so I've got more. Let me see if I can find some black. How about like, oh, this is it. Oh, that's obsidian. I don't want to work with obsidian today. I don't feel like cutting up my hand. So, I got some more over here. I'm gonna try to find something dark that he might have already set aside. Here we go. Just some black mica powder. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna put these back. Let me see here. I think I kind of want to give it some flair a little bit. So black, blue, gray. Maybe we'll add something else to it. I'm not sure yet. So no, we're not doing the black band. We're doing a gray band. Nice try, Tommy. That's just what I grabbed. So we don't have a lot of black bands left. So I don't want to use them all. I mean, I can always recycle them, but I mean, why waste the resources? Okay. Oh, sorry. Big yawn. Let me hang on. I'm just trying to get his reason. Looks like he's all out of this. So I'm gonna open up the new. We use Starbond for our adhesives, which I really like. I've been using them for years. I actually buy their adhesives on wholesale, so they are pretty good. Green, one that says "and green." So I mean, blue, black, and green. That'll be interesting. I will see if I have anything actually. That's green. Maybe I will use Tommy's suggestion. Well, I mean, I can't use the black band. I like how one that says size 8, please. No, we're gonna do a size 5. Pepe's in TJ, everybody. So if you want authentic Mexican food, contact Pepe. Make sure you have the Pepto-Bismol ready. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna get set up here. Ooh, this is no good. Okay, here we go. All right, give me a second. I'm just getting set up, making sure that we are ready to go. I'm excited. Oh man, I can't tell you guys. I'm just like, that hospital stay was ridiculous. And I've never I've never just been so antsy about leaving a place more than that hospital was. I just want to get out of there like 24 hours. It's just because like I knew it was 24 hours and like I kept telling myself that I was like I'm gonna go sleep in the car or whatever. But I mean they let me sleep in the hospital bed, or not the hospital bed, but their couch or whatever, with Mandy, and it was small, but I was able to get. I was able to sleep. I slept pretty good. I'd say about probably 5 hours. They kept coming in because they had to check Aiden's vitals, so they did that every 3 hours or so. Um, but we all slept pretty good, I'd say. Um, yeah, we're all waiting for delivery. I love it. All right. Let me see here. So I gotta do some crushing. This sapphire is beautiful, but we're here to make rings, not to put it on display. So I'm gonna grab a crushing tool, otherwise known as a hammer. I'm gonna do this off camera, just because things are gonna go flying here in a second. Oh, I got some more rings over here, guys. Looks like he had some other ones set aside. I'll put these up here. I'll show you guys these at the end. We'll go over all the rings again at the end. Here we go. Okay, so. Oh. I get a piece of Michael Jackson's face if anybody wants it. I'm just kidding. It's wax from our. Every now and then we'll send out these custom letters with a wax seal on them. So that's at the bottom of the dish. I used acetone to clear it up yesterday, and I just removed it because I saw it there. Give me a second. I'm gonna go crush up these stones, and then we'll get started with the ring making here in a second. This guy. so we have our rocks right here, guys. So that's crushed sapphire. Let me see here if I can find some peridot that Justin has already worked on. I'll use that. Here we go. So you got a little bit there. What do you think? Is that a good consistency? Plastic or wax? Oh man. Yeah, share, guys. I mean, if you don't mind sharing to social media, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, sorry about that, Daniel. My eardrums are shot too. Oh, my sister's online. Hello. Welcome to David's house building. Answer the door. Oh man, you guys are funny. If that consistency is okay with you guys, I'll use it. Oh, hey, how about this? Let me know what green that you guys want for this ring. What green should we use? Tommy, I'm thinking that second one that I just put on there might be good for your ring. Because it's that dark green, right? My dopamine receptors are shot. Let me know from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Pepe's leaving? Well, I mean, if he really is in TJ, man, I mean, I'd be like, why are you on YouTube right now? You should be out having fun. Second one. Let me know your votes, guys. Which green should we use? 1 through 4 from the left. Actually, I think this is. Here we go. Let's go 1 through 5. This isn't for anybody's ring in particular. We're just kind of experimenting. I get to involve you guys in the design process. I'll try to do that more and more for our streams. So one that says 2 for this ring. Second and fourth. So you think the second one for Tommy's ring, or are you talking about for today? Second, fourth is the one colors Tommy wants in a ring, David. Oh, okay. So 2 and 4. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good to me. Just kind of like a darker green. So let's play around with this one for today also, just so I can, because I seem to have plenty of it, and we'll see what it looks like. But I'll set number 4 aside for you guys, Wanda and Tommy, and we'll put all these other ones aside too. So, all right. Ooh, I'm hot. Are you guys hot? I'm burning up. But I don't want to turn on the fans because it's going to be hard for you to hear me. Okay. All right. So what we do next is the fun stuff. So I'm actually gonna move the crushed sapphire aside. I got just all kinds of sizes just from crushing, but we're gonna try to aim more towards these smaller chunks for this ring. And I do everything by hand. I know, like, you know, some people, like, they use their tweezers because they don't want to get their hands dirty, but whatever. That's what sinks are for. You're in the AC. Lucky you. All right, so I typically like to start with my my bigger stones when I start inlaying. So I'm gonna take some of the sapphire. We're just gonna add a little bit if it'll let me. I'm so not used to working with the iPhone in front of me, so let me see here. I'm actually really surprised Aiden hasn't started crying yet. Usually he goes nuts by now. It's like, I want out of the crib, I want out of the crib. All right, hang on. Let's see that. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's pretty good. All right. So now that we got that sucker on there, we're gonna glue it down. This is a thin adhesive, so it's very runny. It's great for like the mica powder. I do use medium from time to time, but I use the thin C8 adhesive like basically 90% of the time. And because it's on there by itself, we're gonna add. So it's Accelerator. Accelerator is exactly what it sounds like. It's used to basically, it speeds up the drying process. So by like, seriously, it's like 10 seconds and then like it just, see, it doesn't fall off or anything like that. So it speeds it up, which is great. Oh, I spoke too soon. Aiden started to throw a fit. I can hear him. All right, so I'm going back to my sapphires here. I'm trying to find the ones that don't have the white scratches on them from the crushing. I'm just gonna kind of just throw it out because we have other opals we're working with. I'm gonna be trying to just keep it somewhat random throughout. Hopefully this doesn't drop because it's a nice piece. All right, it might show a little bit of white, but whatever, I don't care. Okay, that's pretty good right there. All right. So then, like, you see how I added the that drop of CA, and then it just blackened the stone. That's what I mean by, like, if you look on my website where it says, you know, we can't guarantee what it's going to look like, you know, and that's why we try to work with you 100% of the way while we're designing it. That's why we count on your communication, your responses, you know, that way we can try to make a ring that you're looking for. So like that is an example of, you know, we don't know what it's going to look like until we start making it, because we add all these chemicals to it, so it changes the color. Daniel says, yeah, don't turn the fan on, David. You wouldn't want to hurt my ears now, would you? Pepe says number 2. Is it delayed again? All right. Seems like it. All right, and then I'm going to add, let's add a little bit more sapphire, like right here. That's a pretty big chunk, so I might have to actually hammer that down. But I'm going to do it while it's on the ring. So let me go grab my hammer. I got a jeweler's hammer for this reason, so just because it's so big, but we're actually going to do something else here. Watch this. So we can get the colorization going. Get it on there. See that? We just hammered that guy in there. I'm going to add some more. Changes the color, and then what do we do next? We add the accelerator. There we go. Clicks, what's up, man? I gotta go back on your channel, and I want to see more of your videos, like your gaming videos. I don't know if that's like your regular thing, or you just kind of did it for a short while and then just kind of dropped off, but I do want to go back and just see them. All right. So while that's drying, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for there. Let's move on to like a few more, some of these blank areas. That's what I call, like, if there's no inlay, I just refer to it as a blank area. So just keep that in mind. And when I'm working on them, like, I just want to keep them random and non-sequential as much as possible. So the whole point of making a ring is that it's not meant to look like somebody else's. So a lot of times, like, I typically decline orders where they're just like, hey, can you make me a superhero ring, like a Spider-Man ring, or, you know, or a Lord of the Rings ring. I mean, I try not to do those just because I'm not a fan of the whole making it look like something that's already out there. You know, I like to keep them random. That way it doesn't look like somebody else's order. All right, there we go. Pepe says tacos, Ruby maybe. Oh, he's speaking Spanish. Okay. Might be too early for tacos. That's all I got from that sentence. So, all right. So this is pretty good. I think this is a pretty good start. It's kind of random. It's not like, I try to tell Justin not to do this too. Like, he'll put them like in an order. He's like, no, don't do it that way. It can't be that way. All right. So next step, I don't want these to be all over the place. I still want the black background. So we're going to add the mica powder now. The reason why I'm not doing this first is because as we add inlays, we're creating layers. So because these blue stones are already on here, these sapphire stones, we're already creating a layer in its own. So there's not going to be a whole, and it's going to take away from our base layer. This is like what this black mica powder is right now. It's the base layer. So we're taking away from that as we add inlays. All right, so now that we added that black in there, I'm going to add a little bit of green in this section and just kind of work adding the blues and the greens. But we still want the black to show, so I'm not adding a whole lot of green. You know, I'm not going to overtake it or anything like that. So because we definitely still want that green to show, that green and blue. See how it lights up like after it gets hit by that fluid. Okay. All right, we're gonna give it a few seconds to dry. I'm actually gonna add some more mica powder to this side. And that's quite a bit, but that's okay because I'm gonna actually just tap it down so it's in there. So you can kind of still see the reflection of the green. All right, so that's pretty much in there now. So now we're gonna seal off the top. Just one drop is suffice because it's capillary action. It goes everywhere. Like it seriously soaks into every, you know, hole and crevice. You know, every microscopic piece of, every hole in the ground basically that's in there. So we don't have to add a whole lot. Like Justin, he'll add like 3 or 4 drops, and it just makes a big mess. All right, so that part is done on that little segment. So I'm going to move on and just basically do the same thing throughout. Just add the black, but I don't want to add too much because we still have to add that green. So we're adding a little bit of green in each part. I want the focus for this ring to try to be on the sapphires, and then the black mica powder that provides a contrast for this ring or for those sapphires. There we go. Add that accelerator. Add some more black mica powder. And let's smash everything down. Try to get rid of some of the excess, because that creates less work for us at the end. Well, I mean, it's an art. A lot of people, they go into this, and I've had other, you know, aspiring rainmakers who did do the same style. They'll reach out to me and say, you know, what are you doing differently, you know, to get, you know, customers or whatever, or like, can you give me advice? And I'm just like, well, let me see your website for a second. So, and they don't have a website, they're just on like Etsy or something, and there's no brand, there's no special like ingredients that makes, you know, like, because if you're buying a ring from somebody, you know, you want to make sure that it's like worth your time, and like, you know, you want to, you know, they're a dime a dozen. You want to purchase from somebody who stands out, not for somebody who looks exactly like the rest of the crowd. You know, so it's so important that like you're doing a specific style, releasing a specific brand or product, that like it all flows, like everything just has to stick together. All right, that should be good. Guys, all this taco talk is making me hungry. There's like a Filiberto's across the street I really want right now. I hope my wife isn't watching. She's gonna be like, no Filiberto's. You're like 280 pounds. You crushed my pizza yesterday. Oh man. All right, let's see here. So, let's see here. And this is why I hate, like, I mean, I specifically hate, like, the big companies like Kay Jewelers, especially. Excaliburdos, I love it. Yeah, maybe someday. All right, there we go. There's a big space here, so I want to actually add, let's see if we can add a little bit more sapphire to this part right here. Because, like, it's like, you know, you see this big chunk of sapphire, then, like, there's another one right here. We got nothing there in the middle, so I added a few pieces. Just gonna drop that one right there. I don't want to put too much, because remember, we're trying to detract from the green. Like, we want the green in there, but the focus is on the sapphire, so there's quite a bit in there already. $280 is small dog, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 6'2" also, so I'm like wide around the midsection there. So, but man, there was a time when I actually was pretty active, and this was like not even an active in the military. This wasn't active duty either. It was actually a few years ago, or 6 or 7 years ago, way before I met Mandy. I was always traveling to Wisconsin. One of my best friends lives out there, and like he's a gym rat, like for sure, gym rat. That's like lives, breathes, prays to the gym gods. That's all he does, and then he works as a bartender. You're a typical veteran. So, I'm not stereotyping. Let me see. So he was like the one that was trying to get me, because I told him, I was like, man, I want to be like you. You know, I want to stay active. You know, I don't want to put on any extra weight. Now I was pretty skinny too. I think at that time I was probably like maybe 160, 150 or so. And so I told him, you know, hey, I'm gonna work out with you. You know, can you teach me? And he's like, yeah, I mean, next time you're down here. Of course, this was like right after my this is a couple years after my father passed away. So he won this deposition. Like, we had this money, and I was like entitled to like 12.5%. Me and my sister, and it was like, I think altogether it was like $30,000. So, but it came in payments. So, like, of course, I was squandering it because I was 27 years old, completely irresponsible. And like, I would take these trips to Wisconsin and, like, you know, just constantly just go, but I was using it to go work out with my friends. So, I mean, it was kind of useful, but at the same time, I mean, I was paying for everything, buying dinner every night, takeout. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, if Pepe and I were friends back then and lived nearby, he would have been like, hey, let's go to Philibert every single night. I'm sure he would have been like that. So, just kidding, Pepe. But yeah, I mean, like, that was like when I was trying to be active, and like now, not so much. Um, I mean, I freaking eat spam for breakfast, so except for this morning, we went to McDonald's. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be more healthy. I noticed that, like, I'm in a better mood and I have more energy when I'm actually like being productive for myself. But that like comes and goes in spurts, man. I've never been able to hold it longer, or like to live that healthy lifestyle for longer than, I don't know, maybe 3 months. So, but you know, I just keep trying, keep telling myself that I just got to do it. I got to do it for Aiden. I got to do it for my wife. So, all right, let me see. I'm just gonna see. Yeah, I made you guys hungry because of Pepe. I think he did that on purpose. Let me see. They are working on my internet, so I'll have to miss this one. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see you later, Elaine. I mean, you can always go back and watch it later, so that helps the channel. Anytime you guys rewatch lives, it does help my channel. It helps with watch time. All right, so I don't know. Looks like, no, actually, hang on. Let's do a little bit of, we'll do a little bit of cleanup around here, because we got some jagged points. And I don't want to have a bunch of holes and air bubbles that I have to fill later. So it's better to have too much than to not have enough. It's easier to clean up when you have too much inlay than not enough. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little bit of smoke, like from the chemical reaction that comes up every time that I add that CA adhesive. Like I mean, it's not invisible to the naked eye, but it's like, it's definitely there. All right, let's see here. Man, I'll burn it up. I need to hydrate. Everybody hydrate, even if you're not thirsty. All right, so it looks like we're covering everything up now, but this is also a critical step. Vern, what's up, Vern? Welcome to the live. I'm just making a ring right now for everybody to see. It's not one specifically for anybody, nor a design that I came up with. I kind of just asked everybody who's watching, what color should we use with this blue sapphire I picked up. Tommy says, do you get a lot of air bubbles and how do you get them out? Well, so how I used to do is I would use a Dremel and then just drill basically into the bubble, get it out and refill with an inlay. But that became too time consuming. So if I have a bunch of them, like, or if it's like a whole segment, like a quarter or more than a quarter of the ring that's bubbled, I'll just restart it. I'll just throw it in the acetone bath and then I'll just restart it. But nowadays, just because I don't say know what I'm doing, but I take my time. I've noticed that when I take my time, the rings come out so much better than compared to rushing. So it's a process. It's a learning process. This isn't something that you can just learn to do overnight and, like, you know, master it or anything like that. So I mean, I don't consider myself a master. You know, there's constant things to work on and do, and you know, and I want to have more than just these tungsten bands with an inlay in the shop. I want to learn how to do other things, like cool looking products. Like, you know, I want to bring some pendants in. Yes, I'll even consider toe rings if you guys are serious about it. I just don't know anything about toe rings. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'll do the whole men's bracelet things with the I have some ideas for that I want to, like, kind of leave my branding touch on it, like when I design it. So, but right now my main focus is to keep a roof over our heads and to keep the ring business going, and that's YouTube right now. So that's just my big focus. But I mean, that's going to open up doors. That's going to allow us to pay for, you know, bigger pieces of equipment that'll help us make better rings for you guys. So hopefully that's something that's going to happen here in the near future. All right, so I've applied the inlay. I feel like it's good. I'm gonna just add some. I have it running right now. We're gonna add a little bit of accelerator, just make sure everything's nice and dry. And then I'm gonna be quiet for a while. So while I'm sanding, just because I don't want to try to talk over myself. I'm not gonna do that. So we're gonna wet sand this ring here in a minute. And I'll kind of show you guys what happens next, or like we'll see what it looks like, how it turns out with the blue and the green. The green, and this is actually a type of opal. This is synthetic opal. So, whew, all right, it is hot in here, guys. Just so you're aware, just so everybody's aware, when we make your rings, we actually add UV resin at the very end to protect the inlay. We used to not do this, but then like we get a ton of returns or exchanges or like have to make repairs, and I didn't charge anybody for it. Like, I mean, maybe shipping to have it, you know, just cover the cost of shipping, like, you know, $3 or $4, or just do return shipping or do the exchange shipping on their end. But typically, you know, there's no cost. I mean, I don't think that there should be for a repair. But these will actually last longer. We've done a ton of them already, no complaints. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ask questions, drop comments, whatever. And then once I'm done, I'll go through and read everybody. So it looks like the last comment is from Ruby. Hello, Ruby. She says, yes, Daniel. Well, she's talking to Daniel, so she's not talking to me. All right. Leave your comments if you have them, and I'm just going to stay on for a while. This is terrible. Look at this, guys. This shouldn't happen. that, guys. That is gorgeous. You see it? Vernas, do you do crystal? Do you make crystals like amethyst or quartz? Yeah, definitely. Amethyst is one of my more common ones that I've done rings with. Quartz, we've done rings with them with quartz too, for like customer orders and such. So this ring looks cool. I really like it. I don't know if you guys can see like what I'm seeing. Like the dark, like the sapphire. I mean, it looks like a deep purple. It looks really cool. Hang on, let me grab my where's my hex wrench at? See, I lose everything. Oh, here we go. It's right here. All right. Yeah, the green looks good. Definitely. I'm glad I kept the focus on the well, I mean, the only part I don't like is that big sapphire rock right there. But I mean, I don't know. Somebody might like it this weekend. Let's see. There's a couple dents on there. I mean, I can probably fill those up. But the green really shows through, and then the sapphire as well. So, I mean, I like it. So, it's interesting. So, put that with the rest of them. Oof, man. All right. Let's see here. That green pops. It sure does. Yeah, it sure does. It shimmers and the sunlight too. So typically I wouldn't be finished with this ring. I would definitely fix these dents that are on there. I just pour more mica powder on it and then add more adhesive. So I don't know if you guys can see that at all. The light's in the way so you can't see it. But yeah, so this one's pretty much done. And I think I'm done too because it's hot in here. So I usually, when I make rings, I used to just start at like, honestly, during the summertime, as early as like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So, and then just go until it gets really warm. So that's basically it. I really wanted to show you guys that. Vern, your daughter likes toe rings. I just want to really just kind of show you guys what I was working on, or try to get some stream time in. It might just be too late in the afternoon though, to be honest. So, and then not hydrated at all. So probably gonna call this stream a stream here in a second. Call it a day. But I don't know. Maybe I'll take this party inside. I think a lot of women would like toe rings. You guys should send me some example of toe rings so I can see them. I want to say thank you for sharing. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for joining. Really enjoyed it. It's been fun. You guys are, like I say it all the time. I preach it all the time. You guys are basically like family. So I love doing this. I hope that you all enjoy this. And I will keep on doing these streams and these giveaways as often as I can. I reviewed my watch time yesterday at the hospital, and we are almost 20% of the way towards the first part of the monetization. That's going to allow you guys to basically leave tips when we make our rings and do our giveaways and such too. So if you wanted to, obviously it's not required, but that's how you can support us and support Justin and I. I told Justin that, or I haven't told him yet. I don't know if he's watching, probably not. I told Mandy, my wife, that I think for the first day or so that we could do live where you guys are able to drop gratuity, I'm just going to give it all to Justin, like 100% of it. So that would be like how you guys can show your gratitude, and is by leaving him a tip. And it can be any amount. I mean, I don't care if it's 25 cents. So, I mean, there's no, to me, there's no minimum, and it's not required. I don't want anybody to feel obligated to do that. Like if they win a ring, or if, you know, it's like playing poker, which I did for the first time the night before my wedding, because instead of going, I had my quote unquote bachelor party at a casino out here. So we just went with, my brother-in-law and his and my other, I guess my sister-in-law's husband, who obviously gamble a lot. So that was my first time playing blackjack or poker or something like that. So, but they tipped the dealers. So, and then they were like, "Hey, you got to tip them if you like." Okay, I'll tip them. I'll tip them. So, same thing, same concept. You know, if you guys like the way things are going and you like the rings and you're enjoying the show, leave a tip. So, but there's more to come on that later. I don't want to preach that all the time, but eventually, I'll let you guys know when we're able to do that kind of stuff. They're called super chats. You basically say leave a message and then you can leave an amount. And then the other thing is that the amount, depending on the amount you leave, is how long the message stays on the chat. So I mean, I think Lost in Phoenix does the same exact thing. Vern says poker is an honest trade. Doc Holiday, I love it. Oh man, I love it. That was Tombstone, right? Right, Vern? I I think I've seen that movie like a long time ago. Um, uh, or Young Guns. No, it's Tombstone. Doc Holliday. Is that Tombstone? Correct me if I'm wrong. I genuinely want to know. Young Guns too. I saw that in theaters like in 1992 or 1993. Tombstone came around the same time. I think I saw it. I don't remember. Obviously, it didn't. To a 7, 8 year old, didn't really. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I saw. I don't think I saw that movie ever. But you know, growing up, I liked those. I liked westerns. I liked, like anything with like sword fighting or fighting or anything like that. So that was like my big thing as a kid growing up. So I think a lot of kids are like that. A lot of boys are like that too. So Tebby says, "What I won a toe ring. You ever won anything, sir?" Um, Good movie. Yes, I agree. Young Guns too. I saw that in theaters. That was a good movie too. That's actually pretty entertaining. I started to watch the first one, and it dropped off for some reason. I don't know if I got busy with Aiden or what. But I started to watch it about 2 or 3 months ago. Wanda says, "I'm so excited to get to beach rings, David. They turned out really good with the shark teeth." Yeah, yeah, I agree. I'm looking at them, and they look really nice. I'm gonna start packaging some of your rings. I want to try to get everybody's together before I send it out. I don't want to have to send multiple packages, but some of you may get multiple packages just depending on how far along we are with your rings. So just keep that in mind. If you don't get all your rings in the same package, just know that we're working on getting the other ones. We want to get the early ones from like, the first and second week that we first start doing these streams out for you guys, and then we'll work on the third and fourth one. I've got a ton of emails from everybody, so which I appreciate you guys letting me know, because otherwise, I mean, I didn't write anything down when we first did them, so um, you'll have to let me know. Just please let me know if you don't get all your rings. Let me know which ones you're missing, also, and then we'll get those out. So it's a pretty busy week. We got the convention coming up this weekend, which I'm excited about. We want to raise some money. So we can get more supplies. We're due for getting more supplies here, and then obviously with it being a business, my wife is getting, obviously she gets 50% of the income just because we're married and stuff. So she gets 50%, which is generous. And then like I use the rest, but anything that I make goes back. I try to put it back into the business. So, and just kind of like as an investment, whether that's advertising, marketing, supplies, it all goes back in. So that way I'm able to keep it going. So I don't technically take a cut yet. I don't necessarily say, okay, well, my paycheck is $300 a month or whatever. It goes into the business. If we have to use it for something else, then we do. We have to keep a roof over our head. We have to keep the lights on. So that's just what we do. But it's fun. I mean, if you told me 10 years ago that I would be in jewelry, I probably would have laughed in your face, because that, to me, 10 years ago, being the immature person I was, I thought jewelry was ridiculous, and I wanted to do something that made a lot of money, like IT or, I don't know, like a real job or whatever. So, um, yeah, shows you how ignorant I was. But things have changed a lot. So that was, yeah, 2013. Yeah. that was around the time, the 10 years ago, that was around the time my dad was sick. He had cancer. So, um, yeah, that was really fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out and everything. Looks like I hit the 1 hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off. And yeah, that's hop off here in a second. I'll probably stay on, just talk to you guys for a little bit longer. One says, "Amen, David." Tommy says, "It's your calling, David." Yeah, definitely. And I wish it didn't take, I'm 30. I'm going to be 38 here at the end of the month. I wish it didn't take as long as it did to for me to find it. Honestly, I wish this was something I could have done at 24 years old, 23 years old. But at the time, I was just focused on something else. I want to do photography. I didn't want to make rings at that time because I had no interest in jewelry. I didn't care for jewelry. I mean, jewelry to me was an engagement ring. Jewelry to me was a gift for my mom on her birthday. That's all that jewelry was to me at the time. And then let me see here. Danielle says, "Hey guys, hey, welcome, Danielle. We just finished making a ring. It's this one here. I don't know if you can see. Hang on, let me turn this light off for a second. It's probably why I'm getting hot, because this light is burning up. But yeah, we made a ring for everybody. I just kind of showed it off. It was with sapphire. I showed everybody the unpackaging process. The material came with a card, a certificate of authenticity. People Watcher says, "We learn more as we move along. Great live. Thank you." Yeah, you're welcome, People Watcher. Thank you for joining. It was really fun. Tomorrow, I'll probably have Justin. I don't even know if Justin's going to come in because he's working Friday, Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to have him come in yet. I haven't decided. But he's working Friday, Saturday. He might work tomorrow. But I may just give him a half day because he'll have to be in Friday afternoon anyway to go downtown. So there's just more to come on that. Let me see here. Ruby says, "David, your rings are beautiful." Thank you, Ruby. I appreciate it very much. Vern says, "Yes, indeed, a good movie." Yeah, I love Westerns, Vern. 310 to Yuma is probably one of my favorites, the Russell Crowe one. I haven't seen the original. And I think there's some other Westerns that they're out on, like, either, I don't know if it's Amazon Prime or Netflix. There's some other Westerns I want to see also. Tommy says 1 through 100. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about there. So I think he's losing it. So everybody just ignore Tommy. Don't do what he does. So People Watch says, "I can't wait to get mine." Yeah, I can't wait till you guys see them. If you would all do me a favor, this would be huge. When you get your rings, look us up on Google, Excalibur Rings. Leave us a review. Tell us what you think. Don't mention you got them for free. Just tell them what you think. What were your first impulses? What were your thoughts when you got the ring? And then just leave us a review. It would seriously go a long way, like to help fund the business. Keep the roof overhead, lights on, etc. Justin happy. So. Tommy says, "That's a great movie, David. I love Westerns." Yeah, my dad did too. My dad loved Westerns. Like, he grew up with them, so he absolutely loved them. People Watcher says, "I will immediately." Thank you, People Watcher. Wait till you get your ring, though, before you leave a review. You may change it. Just kidding. I'm sure you'll love it. Juana says, "I will leave a review for sure, David. No worries." Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. So I'm excited for you to get them. Same here, people. Gunsmoke. Is that a movie? That's a cool name for a ring, actually. Like, if it's just like all gray and like misty. Oh, for my Barbie ring fans, I actually have a white ceramic blank that I found. I'm gonna make a pink, or I'm gonna make that ring, but with a white band. So thanks, Vern. I appreciate it, man. A series, David, look it up. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I plan on waiting, but I already know it will be beautiful. Thank you. Where was I going with this? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So for those of you who like the Pink Dream, or whatever it's going to be called, I'm going to be making a white band version, a white ceramic version of that ring. So it'll be just white and pink. So if you can imagine this just on a white band. I think that'll look really good. And then we'll throw them on the website. So yeah, yeah, that's right, Wanda. Tommy says it's in black and white. Yeah, pretty much. So I think that'll be cool. You know how I told you guys a while back, I'm always like just looking for new rings to make, new styles, new designs, just from like doing everyday things. I'm currently watching the Fast and Furious series, which I hate the storyline, I hate the acting, but the cars are cool. I do like the cars. I like that some of the action sequences. So I might do something with that. I think that'd be kind of cool to put together. And then I have friends who like go to car shows and stuff. So I think that'd be kind of cool. To one of them, he does like car shows. He's on Instagram. He has a huge following. So I'm gonna ask him if he can get me some photography with those cars in the background. While he does it, he's not a photographer per se. I mean, he does it for Instagram on his phone. So um, I think that'd be kind of cool to have that in the background. So I'm just constantly thinking about just different ideas. I'm very artistic minded. I've always been this way. Always had a creative sense. I try to do other things. I try to do IT that just requires so much. Honestly, going to school for IT it requires so much math. It's crazy. Like even like because I want to do like cybersecurity, of course, and that was just so math intensive. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't stick it out. So and I tried for like 3 or 4 years. Gunsmoke is a black and white Western TV series from the 60s or 70s. Okay, man, that's cool. I'll definitely check that out. I don't care if it's black and white. Ruby, I won one for my daughter-in-law. People Watcher says, so what changed your mind on ring making jewelry? Like what got me into it? Actually, a stay at the VA hospital got me into ring making. So believe it or not, I pretty much hit a very shallow point in my life. Very difficult point. I hit rock bottom. And then my then girlfriend, now wife, Amanda, she took me to the VA hospital and told me I needed to get help. So I did. I said all the right things. They basically made me stay there for 72 hours. I was on suicide watch actually, and then like on my way out, I was doing my exit interviews, and they said, "Well, what are you gonna do to keep yourself from coming back here?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe I'll take up a hobby or something." And I was kind of joking about it, and then she was like, "Well, that's probably a good idea." I mean, and then like, cause I did do some recreational therapy while I was in there. Like we build like these models, which I talk about in the documentary. And then it kind of like put me into a good place, like, cause remember how I was telling you guys how I've always been creativity minded and like artistic. I didn't care about that when I was doing the whole IT thing. I didn't care about art, but having to go back into doing recreational therapy, that it kind of basically told me like, this is where you need to be. This is what you're good at. This is your strength. Stop trying to pursue something that you're not obviously not good at. Can't seem to grasp. So it was like, maybe it was constructive criticism on my end. Maybe I was a little bit hard on myself, but no, I mean, I just accepted it. And then like, I honestly love doing this so much more than doing IT and working for somebody, 40 hours a week, not getting to spend time with my family. So I'd rather do this. And I love it, and it's working out. So it's definitely my calling. It took more than 25 years to get to, or to learn about, but I mean, might as well just go and catch up. So this is going to be my retirement. I'm hhoping one day I can leave this to Aiden if he's capable enough to run the business. We don't know yet what's going to happen with him. I hope I can leave it to him. But if not, I'll probably, honestly, to be honest with you guys, I'll probably just leave it to Justin. So, and he doesn't know that. I was actually going to put that on the will, but hey, don't tell him. So, I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Obviously, I need to leave something for my wife too, so that she's able, in case something ever happens to me, before I'm meant to expire. So we'll see. Better late than never. Yes, that's right. Better late than never. But now I'm just trying to catch up. I got 20 years to catch up on. But now, I mean, I'm glad that, I have good people like Justin who can like do all the rings, and who's able to like help out. So, and he's got his own path. He's got his own career he needs to follow, his own path he needs to follow. But I'm hoping he sticks around. So if it's meant to be, he'll stick around. If not, that's okay. I'll find somebody else. You know, I did find Justin. He's a hard worker, but one day I'll find somebody else. So, um, we'll see. What time is it, guys? I don't know if I'm supposed. Yeah, definitely. When I was working at for Fat Cats and like working basically every day, 6 hours a day, and climbing up over pin setters, going underneath pin setters, and you know that took a toll on my back and my knees and legs. And 16.50 an hour is really not a lot in Arizona. Like it's more than minimum wage by like a couple dollars, but it's not gonna pay the mortgage and all the utility bills for a family of three with a medically complex child. Danielle asked, more babies in the future? We don't know yet, to be honest, Danielle. We're currently in the middle of doing genetic testing to see if Aiden's condition is going to get passed on. But if that's the case, then no. We're not going to risk it. I'm not going to have Mandy go through that again. She almost died basically during delivery or during the C-section. Because like when we were in the hospital, she was actually her her blood pressure skyrocketed several times. So the doctor made a decision like we need to take the baby, and the baby was only about 28 weeks at the time. Like she was 28 weeks pregnant. So they made the decision to get Aiden, take him out. So and that was pretty rough. Like I know that Mandy was in a lot of pain. Like right before they made that decision, and then they had to give her the drugs and take the baby out. And honestly, that was like that's I don't know if everybody here is a parent, but like meeting your child for the first time, like seeing your child, that changes you. That just changes everything. Like it's crazy how, we could just love somebody who we just met like instantly. So, and I remember seeing Aiden for the first time, and like I teared up because I loved him right away. I didn't care if he was, if he was born early or whatnot. I mean, I loved him immediately. And I'll never forget that moment until I have dementia. That's a joke. Yeah, but that's why everything that I do now, like all the jobs, all the side jobs, it's all for Aiden. Like this is all for Aiden. YouTube, this is for Aiden. So, oh, see, did you hear him? He's excited. So I got him on the baby monitor. So I was gonna talk to you guys until he calls for me. So what was I going with this? Yeah. So we don't know yet. To answer your question, we don't know yet if we're gonna have any more kids. I hope so. I mean, I like kids. I mean, I love being a dad. So let me see. What was I going with this? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why I do this business, why I run this business, and why like I don't want to quit and go back into the working world because I love what I do 100%. Aiden said ring giveaway. Why did I even read that out loud? I should have known. You tricked me. You've deceived me, Tommy. Ruby says, blessings for your family, David. Thank you, Ruby. I appreciate it very much. Vern says, same. Holding your child in your arms, greatest feeling. Yeah, he wasn't happy when I held him for the first time. It took a while to calm him down, but they did they told me that I couldn't wear a shirt. Like when I held him, I had to do the skin to skin is what they call it, like the bonding. So, he was not happy about that. So, not right away because he was cold. So they finally put the towel over him, like when I was holding him, like and we sat together for like an hour. He fell asleep. He was oh man, he was so tiny. He was 20. He was probably at that time maybe 30 weeks, 2 weeks of life, and like 30 weeks gestation. So, oh yeah. I can't I can't tell you how many times like when we brought him home, and like when he was just an infant, he would always stare at me even when he was with his mom. He would like turn and like look at me and just like stare at me, and then like it would make Mandy mad. It even still makes her mad to this day, like how like she will be doing like holding him, and then like he'll like push up and like try to go to me. Like it's so funny. And I'm like, I didn't even do anything. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything special. I mean, I'm just, I take care of him. So just as much as, or probably less than Mandy does. But he always wants daddy. And then, like, she gets mad. Even my mom, like, she'll be like, why are you looking at your dad? Look at me. But no, he wouldn't. Oh, man. That kid is amazing. So I hope that everything goes well with him with his medical needs. He's got this big surgery coming up. We don't. It's not scheduled yet, but we're pretty sure it's going to happen, and it's going to be like basically brain and neck, and they got to do a bunch of stuff. It's not. It's honestly not something that we're really looking forward to. So Danielle says, "I don't blame Mandy for getting mad." I have a picture of her that I took of Aiden staring at me, and then like Mandy like has her like I don't know if she's just like tired or what, but like she has her hand like on her palm, and like she's like rubbing her head, but like it's so funny. It looks like she's like face palming like or shaking her head like why do you always want your dad? And he's just like staring at me. Yeah, I love you guys too, Tommy and Wanda. Thanks for being such good friends in such a short amount of time. I almost blacked out witnessing my baby's birth. Yeah, it's life changing. Seriously, it's crazy. I didn't get to do that, Vern. I didn't get to cut the umbilical cord. Danielle says, like, we go through all this stuff for the kids first. Were it to be dead, laugh my ass off. Heck no. I hope it's not, honestly. I hope it is his mom. Yeah, he always wants dad. Even on the lives, like you guys see, he always wants to come to me. So I didn't do anything. So I change him. I bring him his bottles. I make his bottles. That's it. I carry him when he cries. So maybe that's it. So, but I'm a lot more like you think about your kids like the boys. They should be, you shouldn't be carrying them all the time. You got to make them tough and disciplined. But Aiden, like with his medical complexities, I'm really lenient. Even with maybe someday when he's like running around getting in trouble, I'll still be lenient because of everything he's been through. So, but at the same time, I don't want to raise a spoiled kid, with a bad attitude. So hopefully that won't be the case, but we'll see. Well, Aiden's getting a little bit fussy, so I think I'll go upstairs and spend some time with him. So, but it was nice seeing you guys. Thanks for joining the live. I don't know if I'm going to be on later. Maybe. We'll see. If I do jump on later, hopefully you guys get the notification. I usually like to schedule the stream first so that everybody sees it. But sometimes I do jump on just because. So we'll see. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoy spending time with everybody. Tommy's talking that alien language again. So I don't know what he's saying. But hopefully he can get that squared away. I don't know what he's saying. So good luck with that one. But on that note, you guys have a good rest of your day. Have a great Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I've lost track. Have a great Wednesday. And before anybody drops any more numbers, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. So take care.